Greetings, greetings, my people. Greetings to all. Greetings, greetings. Greetings, 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 greetings. How are you, my people? Greetings, everybody. Let me just check my sound to ensure that I'm having the sound that I need. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Okay, so let's here. Let me just get the sound set up, folks. Great. Just bear with me. Let's get our sound set up. Yes. 1, 2. All right. So it shows that volume is up. Can you hear me, folks? Let me know if you can hear me. Greetings to you. Let me know if you can hear me. Oh, well, I am not heard myself. I'm not sure why. Let me just see here. Let me see here. I'm not heard myself. Okay, good. Because I know I know I'm very good with the internet, cyberspace, and the technology. I know I'm good. Duh. Oh, I left something home that I needed. Yeah. Okay. So when I drop my daughter, then I will get it. But let's get to work, folks. Greetings to one and all. Let's see. Yes. Lydia Francis, uhala. Yes. And Laurie. Yeah. Heather, greetings. Luther. Yes. Greetings to all. We are streaming on both platforms right now. We are also on YouTube and we are on Facebook. We are on YouTube and on Facebook. And so we are delighted. We're happy to be here with you on the platform. Let me see if I can just add. Yes, you're going to post all. We're going to start now, folks. Just bear with us. Just bear with us. Bear with us there. All right, good. So, yes, so greetings, greetings, greetings. We're going to get to work. Greetings to everybody. Everybody, greetings, greetings, greetings. Okay, so again, we are broadcasting on both our YouTube channel and we have Clive over in Grenada, our friend over in Grenada. He's on with us. At this time, he's locked in. Our Grenadian Passe is with us at this time, and we know that there's some breaking developments over in Grenada with the so-called jailbreak. We now know that the couple was killed. Vincentian authorities are investigating. The families of the two individuals are now on island. They're in the Caribbean on the ground. And what is happening is they are doing their investigations. They're trying to figure out what is happening there. But both countries, Grenada and St. Vincent, the police authorities, they are on the ball. They are cooperating, and the authorities there in Barbados, the U.S. Embassy, and other law enforcement on the scenes. The problem now is that they're trying to figure out is these dangerous criminals being in Grenadian law enforcement custody, being able to walk out of those. There wasn't a breakout, really, just walk out, and were able to commit crime. These guys were in police custody, and we have seen it over and over in the Caribbean. There is no real jailbreak, but yet prisoners are getting out of cells. I don't know how possible that is for a prisoner to just walk out of a police station, walk out of a jail. There is no, physical battle involved. There's no sawing of locks, no cutting of bars, but those criminals are able to get out, and it's just ridiculous. We've seen it over and over before. You in St. Lucia, you had your own share of that, and other Caribbean countries. So again, corruption, my friends, corruption is everywhere. The corruption is so deep and wide that it's ridiculous when you get down to the truth and you see some of those guys in suits and in uniforms who are involved. Then you are just left with your mouth open. But don't turn a blind eye, friends, to our leaders, our politicians. Don't close your eyes on them, because the arm of flesh will fail you. Yeah, you dare not trust your own. But greetings again to all. So the Grenada folks there, they have their hands full, and Prime Minister is just, I'm not even sure who's advising these guys. But the statements that they're making, their actions is just ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. All right, so let's run over to St. Lucia. Well, coming up, I have our gentleman, Dr. Powell, who is a security expert. He deals with national security. He's an American born, and he's working right now with the government of St. Kitts on national security. We were able to get him. Now, this is a big catch. We were able to get him to come on Tuesday. I have a pre-meeting this afternoon with him. So we and some others, we doing our best to see how we can help, how we can force the advice on our governments, because some of them are very arrogant and not willing to take advice or to listen to anyone. I wrote some recommendations also on crime. I posted it on Caribbean American News platform. And I'm going to bring on Dr. Powell to have a conversation on security, national security. And there'll be some revelation, because I believe some government leaders would recognize him, would know him. But right now he is advising the Prime Minister of Grenada, of St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis just called a National Day of Prayer in their country. So they're using every avenues available to them. They're working with both governmental agencies, and they're working with non-governmental agencies such as faith-based organizations and other interests in the country in order to stamp out the crime. But in St. Lucia, what we see is a lot of, useless politics when it comes to the crime situation. There are a lot of criminal acts that are very visible to many, but yet there is no action. Cyberspace has become, in St. Lucia, cyberspace has become a very bad place, breathing space for lawlessness, and there is nothing being done, nothing at all being done by by the powers that be in order to stamp it out or to bring it to some form of control, under some form of control. So Doc is going to be on with us. Dr. Powell is going to be on with us on Tuesday. I'm excited about it. And we're going to do our research. We're going to see how we can help the country in this time of crisis. It is a crisis. Also, we saw a video of police officers in St. Lucia going over to Vieux Fort at a funeral service and effecting some arrests there. Now, we have asked the police to do their jobs. We have asked the government to empower the police so that they can get the job done. We have been crying out, well, unless some of you are so political that you're crying out was all about politics and your party. But for me, we have been asking for action. The police went in to a funeral service and disrupted the internment so that they could have interviewed some of the young fellas there. We saw them rebelling. We saw some of them, being uncomfortable in that situation. And there's also a mixed feelings concerning the police action in Vieux Fort. For me, the truth is I support the police in the effort to getting this crime situation under control. What I would not support is the police violating the rights of any citizen. But at this point, and that's why it would have been good that they I'm not sure if the Emergency Act is still in effect there in Vieux Fort, but something needs to be suspended. Either the Constitution, some emergency declaration need to be made again, so that the police can have the tools and they can have the backing of the law, the Constitution, in order to go in and do what they got to do. but it must be done. Yes, some people will get will experience some discomfort, but it must be done. We saw when crime under Rudy Giuliani had the mayor some years ago in New York. New York was a mess, and a lot of drastic actions needed to be taken. Rudy Giuliani stepped in and did what he had to do to clean up the city. There was corruption. You talk about corruption, this was the seat of corruption, New York. And so Rudy Giuliani, he did what he had to do in order to get the crime under control. A lot of people was uncomfortable. Look at what even the stop and frisk here in New York. Oh, a lot of people got money from it. A lot of the police force here got taken to court, challenged in court for stop and frisk, but it was necessary for the safety of its citizens. And two, the problem we had there was some of the white cops took the opportunity to harass some black people, but all in all, they were able to bring the crime under control. They set up command posts in different sections, hotspots in Brooklyn, in Queens, in the Bronx, in Staten Island. They set up temporary points where the police would not be out in the elements. They would be in something protected, either a tower or a trailer station with cameras and monitors. They were there. They were in the areas, the hotspots. And what I am not going to jump ahead of Dr. Powell and what he's going to discuss with us on Tuesday, but I support the idea of going wheresoever you got to go in order to get this crime under control. I don't care if it's a churchyard, a burial ground, a party, a wedding. You got to go where you got to go. And it reminds me of COVID. When the United Workers' Party administration wanted to maintain law and order in the land during COVID, they put something in place, that a unit in place called the COVID warden. Now, St. Lucians on a whole don't like laws. They don't like police. They don't like order. A lot of them don't like to be restricted and told what to do. They always speak of their rights. All right. And so COVID wardens came in to enforce the law. They were not supposed to have large gatherings because the government was actually trying to save lives during that period. And so the best thing to do is not allow the population to man themselves. That's why you have law enforcement. And all of us who did little psychology and those who did studies would know how human beings think, how they reason. When you get an ignorant citizen, you get an ignorant citizen. No matter what you tell them, they will do what they want to do, whether it's legal or not. And so the sad thing for me, the sad part of this for me, is that the opposition at the time, the St. Lucia Labour Party, used that opportunity to chastise the government, to chastise the wardens for doing their job. They did not chastise the lawbreakers, because that's who they were. Those were lawbreakers, those who were disobeying the laws, those who were disobeying the protocols that were set to keep the citizens safe. And anytime you have a group threatening the democracy or the safety of the majority citizens, then as a government, you got to step in and protect the majority. So there were a small group who were being used or who were playing their politics during that dangerous season. That's what it was, a dangerous season. And we saw the opposition at the time, SLP, use that to beat the prime minister Mr. Shastney to say, well, he's a white man and he wants to put his foot on our necks and he hold us in bondage. And one minister who is the deputy prime minister right today said, the fellas don't have neck flex and then one bedroom room and free the people. And you saw all the drama. The COVID wardens were used by the SLP administration at the time to chastise the government who were doing their best to maintain the lives of its citizens, both the lives of SLP and UWP. And so in this moment in time, with that video, I want us to remember that there is nothing new under the sun. Now all those same people are quiet. None of them is there saying, well, look at what the police do. They go in a sacred ground cemetery where people grieve in and blah, blah, blah. Look at what Alan Shastney did. Send his police. He's using the police force. And look what he's doing. That is exactly what they would have done if it was the United Workers' Party in power today. Nothing new under the sun, St. Lucians. And that's why I say to you, friends, we must be able to draw a line in the sand with your politics. When it comes to the lives and the safety of the citizens, you must draw a line. There must be unity. There must be togetherness in fighting that threat against the democracy to the safety of citizens. Anytime the democracy is being threatened, then people need to stand up and speak up together. Anytime your life or livelihood is being threatened, then the majority need to come together and speak in one voice. But dangerously, and I use the word dangerously, that is not the case. That is not the case. That is not the case. But I guarantee you, with the last dollar that they say I don't have, I would almost bet you that those would have been the noise that you would have been hearing today on the news. Tonight, you would have heard that on the evening news. On all the blogs online, you would have heard them. Look at what Shastney did. Look at what they did. The wardens are in the cemetery. The wardens don't even have respect for the dead Shastney. Send them and look at what they're doing. That's what you would hear. And that's what they did with COVID. When order needed to be maintained in the land, the SLP sided with criminals. Because anyone who breaks the law, they are criminals. Once you break the law, and in that case, and I'll show you why I said criminal. Now, not all SLPs you categorize in that category. But the reality is, friends, for those who are educated, those who are a little brighter, those who have some reasoning, and you understand what I'm saying. Anytime you have people breaking the law, especially laws that pertains to the safety of others, those laws and restrictions were placed to save lives because people were dying. So anytime you threaten people's life by breaking those very laws that are there to protect even you yourself, then you become criminal. Yes. Yes, you do. Instead of siding with the law enforcement in maintaining law and order during COVID, they accuse law enforcement of being used by the government of St. Lucia. Can you imagine that? The lives of people, law enforcement. Prime Minister actually, the United Workers' Party government actually beef up their manpower. They hired warden during COVID. So people got jobs and people were protected basically by these enforcers of the COVID laws. Did some of them go far? I don't know. Looking at what is happening in the country, I don't know. Because if you go to a church service, and the law says that you cannot have more than 90 individuals, the law indicates that you cannot have more than 19 individuals, and you end up deciding that you don't care about it, and you go in no matter what they say to you, you are going in. Then of course you would need the enforcement. You know, folks, let me know if you're having a problem on the feed, because I saw some issues with the platform. This platform, I don't use it all the time, but I just wanted to give it a run today. I don't want it to get rusty. So I decided to use it today. But let me know if it is firing on all cylinder. All right. I'm not, oh, it's good. I don't know what it's doing over there. So let me know if you're on the live. Let me know that it is firing up on all cylinder. Let me know what numbers you're seeing there, because my monitor is saying 7 and the main screen is saying between YouTube and Facebook 17. Earlier the numbers were showing 90. So let me know if you're still there, if all is well with the stream. Now it shows 1. So I'm going to wait for you to confirm. Yes, my friend. But while we wait for confirmation on the stream, this is a very important discussion that we're having, friends. Very important discussion. And ever so often we got to remind St. Lucians that the police officers are there to protect and to serve. They are there to protect you, the citizens. Should they have gone into the cemetery, they would have to make that judgment, not you and I. Thank you, Clive. Thank you. Should they have gone into the cemetery? I don't know what intel they had. The other question is, should the wardens during COVID have gone into the churches? Yes, there was a threat, and the threat was COVID. And the recommendation was that there should have been social distancing, and they should limit the amount of people in one close space. Yes. Thank you, Clive. We have not received any reports from our Facebook viewers, so we do not know if Facebook is still up. We don't know if Facebook is still up. but YouTube is reporting. But something just went on there, and we will see. We will see how that work out there. Yeah, I'm just waiting for Facebook to report. Yes, solutions, and this whole crime, it exposes a lot in our country. It exposes a lot of stuff. It exposes hypocrisy, it exposes corruption, it exposes dysfunction, disunity. It exposes a lot of negatives, and some of the people are very selfish in their thoughts, in their reasoning. Would I want the police to come if I'm burying my loved one? Of course, I would want the police to be there, because with all those threats that goes around, where people are just threatening you to kill you, to do this to you, blah, 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 then why not have the police there? Why not have them to search everybody who comes into a cemetery in Vieux Fort? Why not have them to search everybody that goes into a supermarket? Why not search everybody that walks around? We have a gun problem. We're trying to get the guns off the street. And if we can get them off the street one by one, two by two, then I believe that would be a good thing, ain't it? So St. Lucians, you got to decide. You got to decide what you want. You got to decide. Now, give me 1 minute. Let me go and get my daughter, and I shall be right back. Don't move. Stay right there and listen to a Malwat video.
Why them Lucian so make them this? Sui pui. Some 2.5% HCSL thing is a tax vibe. So what that have to do with people getting meg? But just now, to me them people paying VAT already. Exactly. The tax is calculated on the cost of goods. So one time the price go increase, Uma. The Lucians end up paying more than 15%. Mama! Gasa, just imagine $100 go buy less groceries. People getting poor. Things like rent and utility bills go also increase, Gasa. Real Malawi vibe? All them things the people doing to stay healthy, like gym, healthy eating, and safety and security, go be harder to get because people ain't have money. Partner, if them people ain't have enough money, they ain't go have leftover food for us to eat. The bins go be empty. Wow! Things real happening to them, Lucianzi. Look out for us again soon. We go show you all more.
Right, so that was Malwat. I'm still waiting. She's not ready. But I don't know what is happening, but our Facebook viewers, I think we lost you. Facebook gone? Okay, let's see if we can reconnect with our Facebook. The folks are coming over to YouTube. We lost Facebook. Let's see if we can reconnect with our Facebook. So I'm going to disconnect and I'm going to reconnect with our Facebook. All right, my people. I'm going to come back on. We're going to come back. I knew something was wrong, but we're going to come back up with the Facebook page. If this goes off, then we'll just come back on our only Facebook. All right, we'll use a different system. So I'm going to end the live and we will be back.